Looking, fires left side, ball's going to be caught for the touchdown. Trevor takes it, runs to the right, runs it into the end zone, touchdown.
I don't think I ever seen Trevor like this. I feel like we won a national championship together, and I feel like he's just out there. He's on fire, man. Like, you seen it.
Dropping is Trevor. Looking, steps up. He's going to run it. Trevor to the 5-yard line. Trevor stays on his feet. Into the end zone, touchdown.
Trevor is his own person. He's very much cerebral in terms of the way he communicates with everybody, right? He doesn't change his stripes just based on who he's interacting with. And because he is just innately such a good guy and a good person, he has the ability to pull people aside in his own way and just be honest with them. And that kind of hits home, I think, for a lot of players, where maybe he's not rah-rah, jumping up and down and getting guys maybe fired up. He can pull them aside and just maybe have a quick conversation that hits home.
You know, Trevor, because it's fun, we appreciate you so much for everything you do. I just want you to know all of Jacksonville behind you. We know it's a meme that's kind of going viral, so we got your own video.
Trevor takes it, runs to the right, runs it into the end zone, touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, you asked people a year ago, people thought I sucked. So, I don't think you can listen to too much. I've always known what I'm capable of, and it's been frustrating at times. You know, I obviously haven't played as well as I know I can, but now having the foundation in place, the confidence in what we're doing, the system, the scheme, our personnel, got a lot of great players. Appreciate you guys. Couldn't have done it without you.
Now, Jaguars Today on 1010XL with Mike Dempsey, Fat Tony, and RJ Saunders.
Well, Mike Dempsey, do we know whether or not he's heading up to New York for the parade tomorrow, RJ? Have we heard anything?
See, the question that I had was when you were talking about him not moving his arm and not moving his shoulder, when the final buzzer sounded, I was wondering, did he remember that he had on the sling, or did he raise both arms in the air in triumph?
Right? Does that become one of those sports moments that's in your head forever, obviously for the result and for the lamp that you broke, right? Like that kind of thing. We all have a story related to, that kind of thing in our sports history. I'm sure, Jamal, that you have one somewhere.
Hey, look, when the Saints won the Super Bowl, there were the neighborhood where my mom lives. There were some people from New Orleans down the street. Needless to say, it wasn't like 2 or 3 houses down the street, but somehow, some way, we both met in the middle of the street, quite a ways down. So yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, I can remember my dad kicked a ceramic something in the house after a Vanderbilt Notre Dame football game. Right, he got really upset. He didn't hate much in sports the way he hated Notre Dame. Or how much he loved Vanderbilt, but it didn't go their way, which is not a big surprise. But they were close that day, and then they got robbed, right? In that kind of moment. I can remember I punched a lamp during a Vanderbilt, I think Florida football game where, I was down there a few years ago when Vanderbilt beat the Gators in Gainesville for the first time since World War II.
Right.
So it's not like there's been a whole lot of success in that series for the Commodores. And I'm a Vanderbilt fan because my dad's a Vanderbilt fan, that kind of thing. And I can remember I was watching the game and I got frustrated. It was in my room that I was and I flung my hand over my head. I hit the glass globe on the lamp and it broke.
Okay, so it was an accident. Like, you didn't intentionally punch the lamp.
No, it wasn't in anger.
Okay.
It was in frustration that I threw my hand and then I hit the globe and I was like, my hand feels weird. And I looked down and I had a glass shard that was sticking like 3 inches out of my hand. I was like, well, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why I was concerned at first. I was like, wait, so you punched this lamp on purpose?
No. Like, that's kind of the thing. It's the accident. If Dempsey hurt his shoulder or re-hurt his shoulder the other day, he didn't do it because he wanted to. Like, the excitement of the moment.
As a kid, the first game of the NFL season, I don't remember who they were playing. It was the Giants. And they kicked a game-winning field goal. I'm a kid in elementary school. I don't remember what grade. I broke my toe trying to be the kicker in the living room and kicked straight into the floor. Broke my big toe. So that was a fun start to the school year.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's the celebration that turns to something else. Like, you don't intend for it to go that way. Or the moment of frustration that you're like, oh, man. And then it's like, oh, man.
This just got worse.
Right.
This just got worse.
What am I doing to myself? Jamal St. Cyr joining us for the show today and tomorrow. We appreciate you, my man.
Sure.
Coming in and doing Jaguars Today here for a couple of days. The Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day today. Just asking you to send us your questions coming out of the Jaguars offseason and on-field work being done as we get ready for a few weeks off for the players before training camp. So send us your questions that you may have about the Jaguars for Jamal. We'll get to those as we go through the show this morning. Mike Dempsey, as you can probably tell by now, on assignment, maybe or maybe not on the way to the celebration parade in New York for the New York Knicks. We'll be able to ask him about that on Monday. My guess is no, that he may watch the celebration parade.
Host his own parade.
Yeah,
Come on now.
you know, for a day or so tomorrow. Like when that's going on, Dempsey and I are kindred spirits in the like pre and post game thing.
Okay.
I just don't watch much of it.
Right.
Right when it's available to me, I'll flip in maybe for like the end of College Game Day for the picks because I'm getting ready to watch whatever's going to be on anyway. So it's all right. I'll put it on and see what's going on and see what lunacy McAfee's going to do this week. You know, like that kind of thing used to be to see the headgear pick, but now it's for McAfee to take off his shirt and stand on the chair.
Jumping off something, doing whatever he's doing. Right.
Doing whatever it's going to be. But I don't generally watch pre and post game on TV.
Okay.
For that kind of stuff. But I will when it's the Braves, like involved in the game because that's where my heart is. Like in the sports world is with that kind of thing. And it's been funny watching Dempsey for the past couple of months because I know he's not a pre and post game TV guy.
Yeah.
He's watching all of
Locked
it Knicks
in.
related. Like he is so in for it. So I imagine he'll be watching the parade, whatever is available to him tomorrow for the Knicks winning that title for the first time in 5 decades.
Hey, I love me a good pregame show, man. It doesn't get better. Those Fox on Sunday, man.
Yeah. Well, I work on a
That's good
pregame
stuff.
show
Oh,
and a
that's fair.
postgame show,
That's
but
fair.
it's on the radio.
That's hey, I like my good TV. Michael Strahan, Howie Long, and the boys. Come on now. That's my Sunday morning gang.
No doubt. We'll get into it, start getting into what we saw from the Jacksonville Jaguars on the field here for the last several weeks with the practice opportunities you've had to view them. Jamal out there on the field again, they're wrapping it up. So there's not going to be any more on-field work getting done for the Jaguars here for a while, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't anything that got done here recently for the team. So we'll talk about that as we get into the show this morning. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010 XL.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by Henkel, official partner of U.S. Soccer. Boy, the superstars came to play yesterday. Lionel Messi became the oldest player to register a World Cup hat-trick. The soon-to-be 39-year-old led defending champ Argentina to a 3-0 win over Algeria in Group J. Messi's 16 World Cup goals tie him with Miroslav Klose of Germany for the all-time record. Argentina will now take on Austria, who beat Jordan 3-1. In Group I, Kylian Mbappe scored twice in France's win over Senegal. His 14 World Cup goals leave him tied for third most. Also 2 goals for Norway's Erling Haaland in his World Cup debut in a win over Iraq. And more star power today, Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal kick things off against Congo at 1 Eastern in Group K. With this 2026 World Soccer Update, I'm Brad Heller, Westwood One Sports.
Gear up for the games this summer. Henkel's Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win the new 2026 U.S. Men's National Team jersey and U.S. Soccer Store gift cards. Everything you need to show up and support the home team, so don't miss out. No purchase necessary. Starts May 16th and ends June 15th, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Visit HenkelSoccerSweeps.com for official rules. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
Tickets? What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for my friends at Dandy Foods. Look, I've been talking about Dandy for well over a decade, maybe 15 years on this program, but I've been a Dandy customer for over twice as long. Every time I talk about Dandy, I tell you about their delicious products or the fact that they're a family business serving Jacksonville for almost 70 years. And all that's true. One thing I probably don't say enough, they're always fresh, folks. Never frozen. That is part of the Dandy difference. You'll see other brands out there more than likely just thawed out and cold fresh. You can tell it in the bread. If it's not all dry and crumbly when you open it, you know you're getting a Dandy sandwich. It's soft. Nobody wants a dried out sandwich. The Thompson family creators of Dandy, they understand that, and they've got your back here in Duval. They're a Jacksonville-based company. That's right. I'll say it again because they do deliver the highest quality ingredients, the best variety, always delivered fresh, and the prices always keeping a smile on your face as well. If you want a quality sandwich, head into an area of Circle K, and when you're hungry, folks, do what I do. Go out and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho, you think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí. Can I just say, you're my favorite player, ever.
Bet all of soccer's biggest matches this summer on Hard Rock Bet. And keep your cool in case you run into Ronaldinho. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
It's Awaken 180 Weight Loss Wednesday
on Jaguars Today.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
Join Sporting News Jacksonville correspondent Pete Prisco for NFL news and notes.
Of course.
Thursday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Frank Frangie and Hayes Carlyle. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame with Awaken 180. Increased flexibility, strength, and endurance. Breaking 190 or even 80 could be just 40 pounds away. Results this summer with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180, weightloss.com.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Birthdays, anniversaries, and graduations happen year-round. That's why it's good to have Kuhn Flowers on hand to send that floral arrangement. With a simple click, call, or showroom visit. This is E.T. Make Kuhn Flowers your go-to when you need to send love.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and Honda always has cool stuff, Greg. But talk about the side-by-side of what Pioneer has.
I tell you, the all-new Pioneer, which is their flagship model, all redesigned this year, comes with a cab for heat and AC, so if you want to stay a little cool on those hot summer days when you're out riding, this is the ticket.
And you can have the stereo, full sound.
You name it, we got it. Wheels, tires, stereos, lights, heat and AC, we're your people.
Go check it out in the showroom. Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency.
Ah, this feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing you down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
1010XL, presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
We got the questions coming in for Jamal as we react to what has been the Jacksonville Jaguars offseason, with it wrapping up officially today, but we're not allowed to be out there to see it.
No.
Monday was the last day that you guys were allowed to get out there and talk to anybody even. So that'll be it. What we heard from Coach Cohen and Trevor on Monday, and all the assistant coaches who had their little press conference dealio on Monday afternoon as well. That's going to be it for a while. So.
That's it. Now it is officially optimism season, as I like to call it. Every rookie is a superstar. Every team's going to the playoffs. Every addition through the offseason was the exact right one. This is optimism season for all 32 fan bases right now.
Yeah, and I think for Jacksonville, there's been a lot of optimism season that we know it's going to end in September. Right? Like whatever that optimism is. And it's like, that's
Enjoy
fine.
this
We can
moment.
all get excited about it. I'm not trying to, rain on anybody's parade, at this time of year. But every now and then someone will get a little bit out of pocket and you'll be like, oh, come on, man. Like you'd have those kind of moments. I don't think Jacksonville currently is in a come on, man mode.
No.
I think they're in a, you think they can do what? Cool. Like, let's see if they can get that kind of thing done. Like, I don't think anything is beyond their ability to accomplish this year. Do I think they're necessarily going to win the Super Bowl this year? No, because most teams don't. Right? Like,
well, only one team does.
Right.
So
it's really hard to get that kind of thing done. But I think they're in a mode right now where I'm not surprised if they're talked about as a team that could.
Yeah.
Accomplish
that's
that kind of thing.
That's fair. I mean, the question for them when it comes to like where the ceiling on this team is how high can some of the, or what happens with some of the unknowns on the roster, right? How high can some of these guys help to push that ceiling? What happens at running back? Who's the guy that takes that backfield by the reins? And then just how effective can that guy be in the running game? Can Parker Washington continue what he's doing? Can Brian Thomas get back to where he was his rookie season and or even better than that? Like, can Trevor Lawrence continue to take another step forward, or can he at least pick up where he left off at the end of last season? What's next for the defense? Like those, I mean, there's a lot of questions, and every team has these questions, and that's what is ultimately going to determine your ceiling. But
sure,
there's a handful that I feel like are going to be a little bit more impactful than others, and most of them, honestly, are on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I think, along the lines of that kind of conversation for the team, you're right, it is optimism season, so everything's going to work out for the best right now, and that's how it feels across the entire league. Even when you're in spots like Cleveland, like there are going to be some fans who think it's going to be this guy or that guy, right, at quarterback that's going to be the right answer for Cleveland. But whoever feels however they feel about it, think they know what the right answer is, right? And why shouldn't they feel okay about it right now?
Right. Haven't played the game.
Before you know how bad whatever decision it's going to be is going to be.
That's right.
But I think from a Jaguars perspective, we know that they were able, despite some of the things that went wrong for them. I mean, they lost Travis Hunter.
They did.
That guy wasn't available for half the season for the football team last year after they invested what they did in him. All they did after that was win basically every game they played without him.
Right.
It's remarkable what they were able to get done. So when we look at the team that was able to get to 13-4, the changes that have been made, and we know what they were very successful at doing last year, because we can have the 2020 hindsight on what happened, to get them to 13-4. When you look at that kind of formula for the team, where do you think the most concern should be about any potential regression for the football team going into 2026?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest question is replacing Travis Etienne, right? He leaves, he goes to New Orleans. He was your bell cow running back a year ago. You have to replace what he brought to the team. And he was really good. I mean, how many multi-touchdown games did he have just a season ago? So that is something that's tough to replace in the NFL. Can it be done by a committee? It doesn't have to necessarily be one guy. Absolutely. But that is the biggest replacement factor you have, because the rest of the things, you basically kept a lot of stuff in place. Your two big free agent losses were Devin Lloyd, Travis Etienne. Outside of that, you basically retained guys. You didn't maybe go out and try and sign free agents to replace them, but you have some draft picks coming in. You have last year's draft picks that you hope take another step forward, and that's probably your biggest hope for replacing him because you drafted 2 running backs a year ago. Can both of those guys, or at least one of them, take a big step forward and help to alleviate that loss?
Right. I think the question about where is the running back room right now, I think it got a little bit more interesting this week with the J.K. Dobbins note.
Yeah.
Right? That they at least had that thought in their head.
Sure.
You know, to go after a guy like Dobbins, who I would love to hear what the national conversation around this team would have been, right? If they had gone out and gotten a player like that.
Do you think it would have changed it much?
I do.
Really?
I do, because I don't think the national conversation is ever all that smart.
Okay.
Right? So I think that they would look at a guy like Dobbins and go, all right, look at this guy. When he plays, he is that guy. Right? I think that's the way that they would have reacted to it. Even with all the concerns you can have about the health issues.
The when he plays part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we would have been having those conversations ad nauseum, right, throughout the entire offseason.
Sure.
If that's the direction they had gone with it. I don't rely on the national people to ever be all that smart in the way that they talk about, especially something as kind of in the weeds as the Jacksonville Jaguars rushing backfield.
Fair enough.
You know, that kind of thing. But I don't know that they would have been way better off if they had gotten Dobbins ultimately. But I think there would have been a lot of people who felt more confident in the direction of the backfield if it had been a Dobbins as opposed to a Rodriguez as what they brought in after they let Achane walk.
See, I don't know that he would have changed my temperature a ton.
Sure.
Because the availability is the best ability, blah, 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 blah. And his biggest weakness is availability.
Yeah.
I mean, when he's available, he's been good. He's been a good NFL running back. But I think he, for me, represents essentially very similar to Chris Rodriguez. I feel like both of them in that same vein would just be, hey, can you help us tread water until Tootin or LeQuint or whoever the running back that's going to take hold of this backfield shows us that he's ready to take the reins. Like, you're good enough that you can help us not have to just give him the job and hand him this workload early before he shows us he's ready for it. Like, J.K. Dobbins, you know he's probably going to give you maybe 4 or 5 games, you feel like? You know, I mean,
The most he's played in his career is 15 as a rookie. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like,
and that's when he played 15 games that year, but only got 134 carries.
So,
yeah.
So he would be similar enough where they're guys that you feel like are going to help you tread water for a while until you're still planning to get to the next guy, but he would just be the stopgap. So I kind of don't feel like that changed the narrative. I don't think it would have changed the temperature a whole lot for me. It still would have been a question mark because even if it was Dobbins, you're like, man, I love the Dobbins sign. Okay, well, who's the running back when he gets hurt? Because it's not an if you look at his career, it's not an if, it's a when.
Right.
It's
all the years that we would do it with Brandon Linder.
Yeah.
Right. He would show up on, PFF, which they're not doing this year, which is kind of a bummer, at least not that I've seen them start with their top 5 list.
Do they have anybody working there still yet?
Right. But they would do it year to year. And Brandon Linder was kind of the guy for a number of years in the Jaguars organization that you could count on. He would make the list at center.
Yeah.
He would be like 3 or 4 on those kind of lists across the entire league at center. And then you'd be getting ready for the next season. It's like, well, we'll enjoy him for the 10, 12 games we got him.
There you go.
And then whatever little injury will pop up. And then late in his career, he had a couple years where he stayed healthy.
Yeah, he did.
Right. And I do think, Dobbins is the kind of guy that if he ever stayed healthy for a whole year, I think he would wind up being somewhere in the top 5 to 7 running backs in the league, right? If he ever stayed healthy for an entire season. But it is a big bet, for a guy that's been dealing with what he's dealt with now. He's 5 years into his NFL career, and it's been an issue every year. Yeah.
There's a reason he's good and he's on his 3rd team. There's a reason why, even though Denver re-signed him, they drafted another running back. Injuries have been the story there for him. I understand the Jaguars' pursuit of going to get him because when he is available, he's good.
I would love to know what they offered. right?
Yeah.
He wound up going back to Denver on basically 2 years, 20. Is what it wound up being. I think it's 16 kind of guaranteed. And it may just be the first year with the 8 in the first year that's fully guaranteed.
Probably.
But it was like 16 with a chance to get to 20 was basically the deal he got. I would love to know what the Jaguars were offering, for a guy like Dobbins.
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've touched on this kind of like specifically, but if you're going out and you're trying to pursue a guy like J.K. Dobbins, was there this idea that Achane was already out the door to begin with anyway? Or were you gonna, okay.
For sure.
Probably.
I think they had my guess is they made an offer on Achane. Whatever they were comfortable doing, kind of like the Devin Lloyd thing. Devin let us all know, they made an offer, right? It wasn't enough to get him to say no to what Carolina offered.
Sure.
And that's fair, for that kind of thing to work out that way. So I think that they knew that Achane was going to be out of the building. We want to do something at running back. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Dobbins was even kind of plan A for we don't have Achane. This is where we're going to put, the eggs first. This is the basket where we're going to place them. And then when Denver made the offer they did to get him to come back, they go, all right, well, we like Rodriguez. I don't think Rodriguez has the role that they had in mind for Dobbins.
Well, they also didn't think Rodriguez was going to be available.
Right. Like, I don't think it's a one-to-one kind of conversation between those two. I think if they go out and do the Dobbins things, it's because Dobbins is the guy until he's not the guy for sure when he got here to Jacksonville. I think it would be putting Achane kind of into the same kind of role that he had last year, or Tootin into the same kind of role that he had last year for the football team. I think is how that would have worked if they brought in Dobbins, but they didn't. So now we have all the conversations about, well, how does the backfield look now when you bring in a guy of the Rodriguez thing, which is we know what he's going to give us when we call on his number.
Yes.
Is the way that they seem to feel about it with him. And there's still questions about what exactly it's going to be for Tootin. He was great in the playoff game. That's nice. To have that kind of thing for a week. It's not a 1 week season. Like it's the 18 weeks plus whatever you're going to do in the postseason as well. There are open questions about how the offensive backfield, the weight's going to be divvied up between those three guys.
Look, I think when it all shakes out, it's going to be similar to perfect world. I think it's going to be a bell cow back. I don't know who that guy's going to be. I don't know if we're going to know week 1 or if it changes by the time we get to week 3.
Who do you think they want it to be, if you had to guess?
I think they want it to be Tootin.
Okay.
I think you want it to be Tootin. That's what I was saying with the J.K. Dobbins thing of look, I think that if you go and get a running back like that, you're not getting a guy that you think is going to be available the whole season. Reasonably, if they were signing him thinking we're going to get the whole year and a playoff run out of this guy, then they were lost. I think they were signing a guy that they expect to be available for a chunk of the season that helps you to slowly bring along this other guy until he's ready to fade JK into the silence, fade him into the darkness and take control of this backfield. I think that was the plan. And I think that's why you go out and get a veteran running back, a guy like Chris Rodriguez. Look, he is an efficient running back. That when we talked to the position coaches, we talked to Brian Percucci, the running game coordinator, that's what he said. Oh, he told me. He said, look, Chris Rodriguez is efficient. He's going to get, 3 or 4 yards each time, 6-yard chunks. He's going to get what the offensive line blocks for him. He is an efficient running back. So efficient isn't exactly the splashy running back that you're just chomping to give the ball to every time. It's a guy that keeps you on schedule, though. So that's not bad.
No.
But that's not the guy that you're he's above replacement. That's the guy that, all right, we can throw him out there and it's not going to be a problem. We know we're going to get to 2nd and 6, which is good. Keeps you on schedule. But he's also not the guy that you're scared to replace. Dearness Johnson was efficient. You remember that? I mean, he'd be able to come in and all of a sudden those runs that were 1 or -2 and he's popping 3 and 4 yard runs because he was efficient. He got exactly what was blocked for him and he did the job. But he bounced around in his NFL career because efficient isn't sexy.
No. No. When you get the guy that can be efficient and explosive, now we're cooking. Bijan. Yeah.
And that's what you hope that Tootin can turn into. and you want to hesitate for putting too much on his plate until you know that he is that guy. Or maybe it's LeQuint that elevates to that level. But until one of those guys in that backfield or in that running back room show that they're ready to take the reins, then you roll with the J.K. Dobbins, the stopgap, who's going to give you whatever, or the Chris Rodriguez, who's efficient, who's going to keep me on schedule.
Yeah, makes sense. By the way, the ink on the contracts, I think, is dry now. That I don't think we're allowed to have 45 minutes of conversation about the Jaguars offseason without seriously discussing Brian Thomas Jr. and what he has done. So we will get into that when we return. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
Awaken 180 weight loss.
Jaguars Today, Wednesday.
ET here for Encore Research. And this summer, discover the power of research. Clinical studies are helping researchers find better ways to prevent, diagnose, and treat disease. And community members like you make it all possible. Your participation could help drive the next generation of healthcare discoveries. Find out how you can make a difference at EncoreDocs.com. Research moves forward because of volunteers like you. Let's build a healthier Jacksonville together.
Experience an electrifying journey through the greatest rock anthems of all time. A night of symphonic rock with iconic hits from legendary bands like Led Zeppelin, Pat Benatar, Kansas, Journey, and Joan Jett. June 26th at Florida Theater, a powerhouse band joined by the sensational Jacksonville Rock Orchestra. A night of symphonic rock. Get your tickets today at floridatheater.com.
Summer break means the kids are home and your plumbing is working overtime. If something's acting up and backing up, call Duck Duck Rooter. We've got years of experience and honest pricing that's as straightforward as our fixes. With the Summer Splash Plumbing promotion, receive one free drain cleaning with any plumbing repair of $500 or more. Fix what's wrong, clear what's clogged, and get back to enjoying your summer.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-862-6769.
Joe C. here, and the XL Primetime crew will be live from the all-new Back 9 Golf Lakewood this Friday from noon to 2 at the corner of San Jose and Bay Meadows. Come see the facility, take some swings, and hang with us this Friday at the all-new Back 9 Lakewood.
Oh, it's a promise made perfect, gang, and it comes from Chad and Sandy. Your home sold guaranteed, or we'll buy it. They have the largest pool of buyers in the area. Their home selling program is designed to maximize your sales price. No long-term contracts, no costly repairs. You're in complete control. You need to sell now. Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, stress-free. And they deliver on this promise. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. They're the local real estate experts I trust and recommend. No required repairs. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts you can cancel at any time. Maureen on Pace Island and Fleming Island. I needed to downsize to a single-story home, but my house in Pace Island had been sitting on the market for 158 days. Heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, gave them a call. Their strategy generated multiple showings. Day 2, my home sold. Full asking price, $449. It can for you, too. Go to chadandsandy.com.
Have you tried a Form energy drink yet? You need to, and it's available at Gate. 4 great tastes, Screamin' Freedom, Blue Blitz, Orange Fury, and Grape Smash. Form energy, natural flavors, natural caffeine, and electrolytes for hydration are a perfect blend for energy and mental focus. Find it at Gate.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about not being afraid of the crosses of life. Life can be difficult. Maybe today you're carrying a cross of worry or stress. Let me encourage you to remember that when Christ got on the big cross at Golgotha, he destroyed all the little crosses that we face in our life. He set us free from fear, worry, and anxiety. Our job is not to be carried by the cross, but to be carried by our faith.
For more inspiration, log on to stjohnthedivine.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need her, my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me, that could my seat.
Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
All right, so let's do it. Let's talk a little bit of Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And what we've seen at him at this spring, I guess. Summer still doesn't start for like a couple days.
Is it? Is this
officially?
Do we go by that?
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I mean, it's summer outside.
It's all
It's
the
hot.
spring.
It's summer.
We know they're going to be back on the field, and it's going to be summer.
Yeah.
And we're going to call that training camp for sure for the football team. But you've had the opportunity to see Brian Thomas now for a couple of years.
Yes.
So you've had the chance to see him in April, May, June.
Right.
For several years now. Yeah. Obviously, a lot of talk about Brian here for the last couple of weeks and the way that it's looked on the field for him. What does it look like compared to, if you can remember kind of the picture you have in your mind of what it looked like with BTJ the last couple of years compared to what it's been the last couple of weeks?
Oh, I remember. This is the best stretch of practice I've seen from Brian in his NFL career. Not close. I mean, his rookie year, there were a handful of drops along the way. Like, it's needless to say that we were looking at like, oh, this is a Trent Baalke special. Not sure about this one, guys. But he has absolutely looked fantastic through this offseason program. I think anybody that's had concerns about what level of player Brian can be should definitely be alleviated. You should feel much better. I mean, we'd kind of written it off previously as, oh, well, he's a gamer because he'd show up when the lights shine the brightest. All of a sudden, he starts making plays. Well, don't worry about the practice stuff because he shows up in the game. And, you know, Liam Cohen even kind of talked about that after one of these OTAs where he said, you know, he doesn't believe in gamers. He wants to see it on practice. He thinks guys can absolutely elevate in games, but it's what you do on the practice field. And right now, Brian has done it on the practice field at an extremely high level, What do you think that means for the team, right? If Brian Thomas Jr., if the momentum it seems like he has right now gets carried over into training camp and then into the season for the football team, what does that look like on the field for the 2026 Jaguars? Here's the thing. I think teams knew that Brian was always the concern point. There's a reason why Denver's got Patrick Surtain shadowing this guy.
Sure.
He is the dynamic. He's the explosive. He is the guy that can change the trajectory of that offense. He can change the trajectory of a game in one play. That is who he is as a player, and we've seen it at times. If he can get to where he was as a rookie, if he can take another step, if he can get back to those lofty expectations that everyone was setting for him after his fantastic rookie year. Oh my goodness, he's going to be this, he's going to be that. Oh, he'll be a top 10, top 5 receiver in the league. Oh, how is he not ranked in this list? Da, da, da. If he can put himself back in that, I mean, he takes this offense to another level, another trajectory. I mean, when you start talking about where, you know, oh, only one team can win the Super Bowl, and only what is the trajectory of a football team? And that's where I was saying, like, the unknowns. Brian's kind of one of the unknowns. How good can this guy be? And that's a great question to ask. I mean, you'd rather be asking how good can a guy be than can he do it, right?
For sure.
This guy can be fantastic. He can be one of the best in the league at what he does. How high can he take it this season? And that's the question mark that you start talking about when you start talking about where the ceiling for this year's team is. Because if Brian's great, then that means Trevor's probably having a pretty good year, and that means the offense is scoring a bunch of points. So it all kind of ties together.
No doubt. Our Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day today, asking you to send us your questions coming out of the Jaguars offseason field work getting done. Jamal St. Cyr joining us for the show. You can send us those questions at 1010XL Fat Tony, at J St. Cyr TV, or at R has no J. We'll get to those as we get into the second hour of the program. Want to hear a little bit from Trevor Lawrence talking about the time off for the boys when he spoke with the media on Monday. Monday and what exactly that could look like for them as they're done after today for the next several weeks to get ready for training camp. So we'll listen to a little bit of that and kick it around a little bit here on the program here this morning. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Summer on the First Coast is sensational. 1010XL.
With 50 years of fabrication expertise and towing products, the family at Cannons of Jacksonville can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Hey, I've got that craving again. How about some Mr. Chubby's wings?
Have you had the Chubby style wings? Grilled to perfection with Chubby's secret seasoning.
You know I have. They are so delicious. I swear you can't find anywhere in town with better wings and better prices on drinks.
So many different specials each night, too. Well, I'm ready to chub it up again.
Me too.
Your World Cup headquarters. Don't miss Helmets and Heels live on location this Friday at the Ponte Vedra Mr. Chubby's Wings. Before the game, after the game, and during the game.
Prosser here. The world's biggest soccer tournament has arrived, and you can trade the entire tourney on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. Our resident soccer podcast host, JJ, picked France to win it all. France trading around 16% to win. That means a $100 trade would pay out around $600 if they take home soccer's biggest prize. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code 1010XL to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
You know interest rates are high all over the country, except right here at Beards Diamonds. Beards has rolled back interest rates all the way to zero. Picking here, that's right. Get 0.0% financing now through June 30th for 5 years. You can splurge on that $10,000 engagement ring, pay $167 a month, nothing down. Pick any item, spread your payments over 5 years, zero interest charges. Who else does that? Beards Diamonds is making everything more affordable. Earrings, pendants, bands, bracelets, colored gemstone jewelry, designer fashion jewelry. Now through June 30th, get the best value price Beards is famous for and enjoy 5 years of interest-free financing. A $3,000 pair of earrings she's been dreaming about, $50 a month, zero down. All natural and lab-grown diamonds included. Don't miss this extraordinary smart buying opportunity. Beards Diamonds, Jacksonville's premier jeweler. Not corporate-owned like everyone else, but locally owned for more than 4 decades. Beards Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
In this age of globalization, we've learned that bigger isn't always better. Ever tried to get phone help from a big corporation? From a real person? Good luck. That is what's so nice about Mike Merritt's Heating and Air. Unlike publicly traded conglomerates with headquarters in faraway cities, Mike Merritt's Heating and Air remains family-owned and operated by Mike, your neighbor. Mike Merritt has delivered hometown service, integrity, and pricing for generations. The big guys incentivize their techs to sell you new equipment. Mike's team emphasizes repair first. We only sell you equipment if your current equipment is worn out and beyond repair. And let's be honest about price. Small operations without much overhead can sometimes lowball your job, but you can't trust just anyone with a truck. They may be here today and gone tomorrow. Mike Merritt has been keeping North Florida cool for more than 3 decades. That's experience and dedication you can count on. Call today or see us on the web.
Florida license number CAC 050384.
Retired Lieutenant Colonel and ONU alumni Michael Dargavel here. The hardest transition isn't deployment, it's coming home. Be part of the solution at ONU's Mission Possible Gala, October 17th at Sawgrass Marriott. For information and to register, go to onuvets.org. That's ONUVETS.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Everything everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Do we know the first day to training camp yet?
I don't.
In July?
It'll be here before we know it. It will be here before we know it.
It's about 5 weeks from now, 5 or 6 weeks.
Right around there.
Yeah, something like the end of July. I think July 31st was the first day that may be the opportunity for Dempsey and I to get out there for practice. So that's got to be around when.
It'll be around there, somewhere in there. It's late in the month. We'll blink and it'll be here. But between now and then, it's a whole lot of what if? What happens?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
How good was that decision they made?
There you
I don't
go.
know. We'll see when they get out on the field, and it matters what's going on out there. But Trevor Lawrence on Monday, speaking to the media one last time before the time off for all these guys, was asked about the little break that everyone's going to have here, the short time they do have off before they have to be back in for training camp.
It's such a short break. You can't really take time off, in my opinion. You might take a little bit of time off throwing just to kind of reset a little bit, but going to be back to work pretty much right away, but it's separate. So I think we have more time to work on individual things that we need to work on. For me, footwork, strength, getting in shape, all those things, staying in shape, and coming back ready to go in training camp so we can pick back up right where we left off. I think that's the biggest thing, is not having to feel like you take a little bit of a step back from OTAs to training camp. You want to hit the ground running, and I'm confident we have a really mature team and guys are going to be ready.
There's a momentum that they're trying to establish here in the offseason, so you hope that they're able to hold on to all that, but that's a matter of everyone holding on to it, right, over the course of the next 6 weeks and keeping themselves physically and mentally ready so that you don't have to come into camp and knock off rust, right, for the guys. You hope you don't have to do that kind of thing once we do open up camp here at the end of July. But when you looking ahead to training camp for the football team, where do you think the biggest position battles are going to be as we view it right now for the football team?
Linebacker, you still got to figure out who's going to take that spot by the horns. I think running backs in a competition that you got to keep an eye on. Who's your edge three is still a big question mark.
Sure.
How does that fight kind of play out? So, I mean, I'd say those are probably the biggest three. If you were looking for a fourth one, maybe you throw in a safety out there of who
does what when.
Yeah, how does that shake out? Does Jalen Husky find a way to put himself into the rotation ahead of maybe a Caleb Ransaw, or is Ransaw the guy, or can any of those, or can those young guys unseat the vet of Eric Murray or the vet of Antonio Johnson? So I think safety's another one that's kind of intriguing.
Has anything stood out with Ransaw or McLeod, for that matter, as guys who basically missed their rookie years?
Yeah, Caleb Ransaw, I mean, look, he is a guy who knows exactly where he needs to be. When you cover these teams and you cover them throughout the football season, there's things that you notice, especially for guys that get hurt. Some of them are around, some aren't. Caleb Ransaw was a guy that was around all the time. I mean, and even to the point where the coaches said he was attentive in the meeting rooms, and to a point said that he was asking sometimes better questions than the guys that were getting ready to actually play. Ransaw is a self-described football junkie, so he did take advantage of the time that he was injured and kind of knows the defense inside and out. Now, he has to put that on the grass, right?
Right.
So he's out there, he's moving, he is explosive. There's something that has to be shown once the pads come on, because that's kind of a big part of what safety does, right? So we'll see as far as for him. For McLeod, man, he's still tough to judge. I think they have a little bit of a vision for him of letting him do some of the same kind of vain things that we saw Dennis Gardeck do last season, of maybe being able to use him as you look for that pass rush juice, of being able to kind of use him as a chess piece out there. But can he do it? There's no way of telling right now. I mean, he's a guy that you're going to really have to wait until the pads come on to see, because so much of what he does is predicated on physicality, on being able to go after an offensive line that can actually go back after you. So we'll see. I have no earthly idea of what to expect from Jalen McLeod, and I am completely honest to say that.
Yeah, we know, if you can go back and look at the snap count numbers for Walker and Hines Allen, right? You know you're going to be looking for who's going to be on the field for the 25 to 30% of the defensive snaps where they're getting a break.
Yeah.
Right, for the football team. So that's the kind of piece of the pie that you're trying to figure out, what does it look like for who and when. In those situations, you figure virtually every leverage third down that those two guys are going to be on the field together. It doesn't always work out that way, right? But virtually everyone that they have control over getting those guys on the field together as their primary rush guys in those kind of moments, you would think they get on the field. But if you're in a game situation, who's the first guy you think they go to on a base down if they're thinking more, it's 1st and 10, that kind of situation versus the guy who maybe gets on the field 3rd and 7 when they want to push Trayvon in as kind of that third edge guy? Because I do think the answer to those two questions are very different.
Yeah.
And it points to where the 25 or 30 are going to come from because the situations are so different for the team.
Yeah, look, I think that's the thing. I think you got there of, you're looking at it and you're saying, oh, the 25 to 30%, you just need this rotation guy that gives them a breather. Well, everybody's been clamoring, slide Trayvon inside. And we saw them finally doing it last season. I think they're going to do more of it this season. But in order to do that, somebody else has to be on the edge.
Yeah.
You don't slide him inside if there's nobody.
There, yeah.
If you're not confident in B.J. Green's ability to get after the quarterback, or Zach Durfee's ability to get after the quarterback from the edge, or Dennis Gardeck to be able to step up and give you some edge reps in that 3rd down situation, you're not sliding Trayvon inside. You're going to leave Trayvon on the edge and hope that Ruka Rororo or Eric Armstead or a combination of the two of them on the interior of that D-line can give you something. So I think it's a layered question. I think Danny Strigao is probably your best early down right now, defensive end, to answer your first part of your question.
Mm-hmm.
That 1st down and 10, I think you put Strigao out there. I think that's the guy. I think him and Wesley Williams are competing for that op. And right now we've seen more of Danny, so I'd feel more comfortable there where Wesley's still chasing him. Wesley looks like an NFL defensive end, though. So, I mean, flat out, dude's chiseled. So it wouldn't shock me if when the pads come on, you're like, oh, that guy does some dirty work real well, too. That'll work. Right now, again, I'd give the edge to B.J. Green for that 3rd down kind of pass rusher spot because I've seen more of B.J. I think B.J. looks better and more polished now than maybe what I saw from him this time a year ago. Even though Zach Durfee has flashed from what we've seen, but I mean, it's a defensive end flashing without pads on. So what does he do once things get a little bit more physical? So I think right now I'm leaning toward the guys that were here a year ago with maybe these rookies sprinkling in the way Danny and BJ did early in last season. And then, you know what, if Zach or Wesley show up, maybe they earn some extra reps.
We'll take a look at some of the questions we're getting on X about how the team has looked in the offseason and what we're looking forward to next for the football team, kind of looking ahead to what's going to be happening in training camp. We just kind of took a peek ahead a little bit with where we think the battles are going to be potentially on the roster, but we'll continue to talk about that as we get into hour 2 of the program here this morning. Jamal St. Cyr joining us for the show today and tomorrow here on Jaguars Today. We'll continue getting into hour 2 when we return on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for DraftKings Sports. Here we go. DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states, and that, of course, includes Florida. The whole world is watching one big tournament right now with group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time, heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers, sign up using code 1010XL, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code 1010XL. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim, issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms DKNG.co/predictions promo.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. This is the place for Jaguars football.
Your AFC South champs, baby.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pick it here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pool. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
Helping you over the hump. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weight Loss Wednesday continues on Jaguars Today.
What if the next roof you put on your home was the last one? Not another replacement in 15 or 20 years, the last roof. Metlock Roofing is Florida's only manufacturer and installer of this exclusive roofing system. Engineered for strength, built for Florida weather, backed by a lifetime warranty. Imagine never needing another roof. Call 938-9933 or visit metlokroofing.com. Get your last roof today with Metlock. License number CCC 1335581.
When you want to know what's happening in Gainesville, roll with the Gator Report. I'm Joe C. Listen for updates on Florida Gator athletics several times a week on 1010XL. Built by Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Go, Gator! The Jacksonville Axemen Rugby League is a full-contact sport that just hits different. It's fast-paced, no pads, no helmets. This Saturday, the Axemen battle the Tampa Mayhem at JU's The Rock Stadium at 7. Get there early for 90 minutes of non-stop action. Plus, the Permit Rockstar Bounce House for the kids. The Axemen are powered by Permit Rockstar, simplifying construction permits fast. Saturday night, Axemen Rugby League, 7 p.m., The Rock Stadium. It's gonna get intense.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Ah, this feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing you down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. Want to know when your body starts talking back on a golf course? Cart path only. Suddenly your ball is 80 yards across the fairway, you're hiking over there with 3 clubs, and by the time you get to it, you're not thinking birdie, you're wondering if the course has an urgent care, and that's the point. It's not just a scorecard, it's the whole day. Walking 18 without feeling like you're in a survival show. Bending down to read a putt without making that noise. Getting home and still having enough left for the kids, the yard, the cooler, all of it. That's why Awaken 180 makes sense. It's a medication-free solution with weekly weight loss, support, and yes, free support for life. You may not fix your slice overnight, but drop 30, 40, even 50 pounds, and the game, life after the game, feels better. Take strokes off your game by taking pounds off your frame. Make the call, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Here's your 1010XL local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. At OTAs, Jag QB Trevor Lawrence commented on his tight end room.
Yeah, I think having a well-rounded tight end room is super important just because the ability to still throw the ball, whether it's 12 or 13.
Georgia rode dominant pitching past Texas and into the College World Series Final Four, with Oklahoma up next this evening. That's your 1010XL local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
Right now, 83 degrees at 11:02. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jamal St. Cyr joining us for the program here this morning. He'll be back with us tomorrow for another day here on Jaguars Today, and apparently a little bit of breaking Jaguars news.
Yeah, a little extension for Ross Matisic. 2 years, $3.8 million, makes him the highest paid long snapper in the league. Needless to say, Ross has earned it. He's been one of the top long snappers, if not the top long snapper in the league for the past few seasons. So Jaguars have a really good special teams core, able to kind of try and keep the band together for a little while longer.
Yeah, that the All-Pro status gives you that,
yes,
right, at that particular spot. He's been a first-team All-Pro 2 out of the last 3 years. He was a second-team All-Pro in the year sandwiched between those two
right
in 2024. So he's considered one of, if not the best at that particular position in the league.
He's the guy. He's pretty good. I mean, think about it. When you don't have to think about the snap, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. And it's, it felt like there was something going on with it a little bit at the beginning of last year. Remember, like there was something going on. I know
his back.
Yeah, talking
back
with Loggeman, who we have in on Tuesdays when we're checking the tape, and he had talked specifically about some of the snaps early in the season just felt a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
From Ross Matisic, and it was weird because that feels like that was one of those spots where it's like, well, we don't have to think about it,
right?
And it felt like early in the season last year there was something kind of wobbling a little bit there, but obviously not enough for him to not be the first team All-Pro long snapper.
There you go.
When everything is said and done. So whatever that wobble was, the tire got put back on the right way.
Yeah.
When everything was said and done. And as I said when I walked in and you mentioned that deal getting done, that's one of those spots you just don't mess with it.
You don't.
We feel very comfortable with this guy doing this job. And part of the reason that he's the first team All-Pro is he is a really good cover guy.
Yes.
Like he's not just the snapper, like that's his official position, but he actually makes plays defensively for the team in those kind of situations, which it's all good. Like it's all a benefit. If you find a guy that can just snap the ball correctly, you're like, all right, we're where we need to be. But if you find the guy that can do that and make the tackle downfield,
now you're cooking.
Right, which he does half a dozen times every year.
Yep.
It's a big benefit for you when you're trying to find, if coach is going to go on there and say we need to find our edge. Ross Matisic, a long snapper, seems like an edge for the football team.
Yeah.
Now, how big of an edge is it? It doesn't have to be all that big for you to say we have an advantage there.
Absolutely.
Compared to the other team's guy doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Which gets into, we brought this up already a couple times this week in the Parker Washington discussion.
Okay.
Right? Talking about trying to find your edge. And you look at what the Jaguars have available to them that could replace him potentially as the punt returner.
Right,
for the football team. And, they bring in some of the options that they brought in this season. Obviously, Josh Cameron was really good in that role at Baylor.
Yeah.
So maybe he can give them a little bit of that. But for a team that's looking for, we got to create and find our edge, right, in these different situations. They have a guy that is among the 2 or 3 best in the entire league right now as a punt return man. He has been so impactful in that role since he got here to Jacksonville. It feels like his role as a wide receiver is growing in the offense right now. So at what point are you willing to risk the edge you feel like you have with Parker Washington as the punt returner because we need him to be a more impactful wide receiver? And what do you need to see from Josh Cameron to feel comfortable maybe at least limiting a little bit of an edge you feel like you may have at that punt returner spot in a game so that you can keep him around more as a wide receiver? Like, where exactly does the mental calculation come in on all those different things?
People hate this conversation. They absolutely... Man, when I floated the idea of Josh Cameron being the punt returner, people were upset with me. Look, here's the thing. You remember Deshaun Jackson?
Yeah.
He was a great punt returner, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, when he became a better receiver, he stopped returning punts unless it was a critical moment.
Tyreek Hill, same thing.
Tyreek Hill's the exact same thing. You can look around the league, and there are guys that got their teeth or got some of their first opportunities making plays as return men, whether it be punts or kickoffs. But when their role grew on offense and they became more dynamic and more important to what the team did there, they moved away. Unless it was, hey, look, we could really use.
We need it now.
We need it now. We could use a big moment right here, right now. We got to send you back there. I need good field position to start this thing. It's okay to have an edge that you maybe you can have an ace up your sleeve that you don't play every time. Like if Josh Cameron is solid and you feel good about him fielding them and feel good about him going out there, you can do it. It's absolutely okay. I mean, think about it this way. A couple years back, remember when, I forget who the punt returner was at the time, but they sent Christian Kirk back there for a little bit. He was literally just the safe guy. Hey, Christian, go out there and catch it.
Yep.
I don't want to see you return nothing.
Yeah.
Fair catch. Field it. We'll send the offense out. Because he was worth more to them as a wide receiver than he was as a punt returner. But you knew he was going to field it and he was going to catch it.
Right.
So, look, I think Parker is extremely important to what this offense is going to be. And with that role growing, I don't know if it's worth the risk of putting him out there at punt returner. I just don't, except for maybe some of those big moments.
Yeah, you can go back and look at the numbers on this. They're all out there. Deshaun Jackson specifically, his first 4 years in the league, he had 50 punt returns as a rookie. Which led the league, right? Yeah. Good for Philadelphia, forcing that opportunity 50 times for Deshaun. But 50, 29, 20, 17, right? And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 seasons after that, he had 1 punt return in 2012, 14 again in 2013, then 1, 2, 5, 1, right? The number of returns. Tyreek Hill, you go and look at his numbers. His first 3 seasons, 39, 25, 20, right? And he had at least 1 of those returned for a touchdown each of those seasons, by the way. He had 2 as a rookie, 1 the next year, 1 the year after that. Then, after his 3rd season in the league, he had 1, 2, 3, 1. Do you think Tyreek Hill wasn't having an impact, right, for those teams? Now, Parker is not the same profile of player as a Deshaun Jackson or Tyreek Hill, right? Like, it's not exactly an apples-to-apples comparison with these kinds of things, but it's about what is the desired role for him and what they want to do offensively, and where does the math come in your own head as to when is it worth it to not have him out there doing the punt return thing. And I do think there's at least the possibility, given that we've already seen Cameron's been good at it.
Right.
Right? Like, if he shows you that maybe he's not Parker Washington, but he's still good as a punt returner specifically for the team, then if you're not comfortable right now with it, if Cameron shows that he's okay at doing that job, you better get comfortable with it quick. Because Parker, if he can have the kind of role I think we all kind of envision him to have in the offense this year, then I think that role almost by necessity is going to require him to not be the guy that's returning 20, 25 punts this year, but may only get 1 or 2 opportunities, to do that kind of thing. And those, as we say, we know what it means when we talk about it with defensive ends, high leverage. Like, we know what that means. Well, we have those in the return game too. There are high leverage punt returns in a football game, but that's going to come up maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Right? Where there's actually that kind of situation where you have to have it right now. And that's why when you go look at the Deshaun Jackson and Tyreek Hill thing, they got into it where it was like once or twice a season.
That was it.
We put him back there because we needed it now. And I don't know when that situation is going to be for the Jaguars, but I imagine even if Cameron looks like the guy who takes that job over, that when they get to that spot, they go, let's get Parker 1.
Do you remember the Eagles game where Deshaun Jackson takes the punt return back against the Cowboys as time expires?
Oh, yeah.
That was one of those moments.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to have it right now.
Yeah.
Send him back there, and hey, D-Jax, go make something happen. So it's not taking away your edge. It's not taking away your magic. It's just saying, I'm going to pick my spot. Brian Thomas Jr. is great. Trevor's not going to drop back and throw a 60-yard bomb to him every play. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. You pick your spot. When the defense is playing the run, they've got the safeties in the box. Hey, Brian, run straight. Like, now we pick our spot. So when it lines up and you say, all right, now, hey, this is a high leverage moment. Hey, you got the green light, Parker. I need this. Go and have it. So they have to figure it out. Plus, you got to start thinking about these game day rosters and jobs for these guys. If they're going to keep Josh Cameron on the roster, more than likely he's not catching a ton of passes on offense. Where does his value come?
Right. We already know because we all watched the show. Like, he's going to be the personal protector. Like, they said that specifically with them when they were drafting the guy. So he's going to have that kind of role, it feels like, in coverage for the football team. So what can he do in return for the football team? He's been an impactful punt returner in his college career. Does that translate to the NFL? I don't know. But when you're trying to look for edges, it's the Brian Thomas thing there is interesting we talked about it, again, kind of offhandedly on the show yesterday when I had D-Rock in with me. The edge, it feels like to me in that kind of situation is, do you get into a play where it feels like the defense they played you right, and so now you leave Trevor Lawrence in a situation where typically you would just say, check it down, throw it away, do whatever. Can there be one or two situations every 6 weeks where instead of it being I'll just dirt this ball, it's like, I'm going to give my guy a chance downfield because the trust between him and Brian has grown, right? In those kind of situations. Well, you only need that to hit once every half season for it to be a major league impact, right, on the results of something in the game. So is the trust growing between those two guys that I got nothing, let me throw it to him down the field?
Sure. Hey, look, if you got Brian one-on-one, you take your chances. But in that same vein, you start talking about Parker. Parker was the safety blanket last season. I mean, and that rhythm between Trevor and Parker doesn't look like it's gone anywhere.
Right. What Parker and Jacoby gave them over the middle of the field
was ridiculous.
Had a big impact on the entire thing.
Absolutely.
It's why they were able to go on that run. I saw an article on SI. They were doing 7 NFL records that, as they described it, could be broken soon. There is a Jaguars angle on this.
Ooh.
So we'll get to that right as we continue along. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. 1010XL.
You will tell me what I want to know.
You're not getting anything out of me.
Who sent you here?
The good people of Jacksonville.
Who are you?
1010XL.
Prosser here. When I'm doing home improvements, I like to deal with a local company, and I found one for windows and doors, Cash Building Material. They've been doing business in Jacksonville for 70 years, and with their experienced window and door specialists, you'll get no subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. Get a quote today. Thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Materials. Windows and doors done right.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday
On Jaguars Today.
Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jack's Peak. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
Looking for ways to save on your JEA bill? We're on it. When it comes to your utilities, the less you use, the more you can save. That's why JEA offers ways to help you manage your usage and avoid higher than expected bills. Use our online tools to monitor your usage throughout the month. Schedule a free irrigation or energy efficiency assessment and get personalized tips to save. And with JEA rebates, you can save when upgrading to more efficient equipment. Find more ways to save at JEA.com.
World Cup soccer means every goal, every save, and every minute matters more. I'm JJ LaSelva from The Frangie Show. Join me on the 1010XL Soccer Show podcast with analysis of Team USA and all the drama from the FIFA World Cup, squared up by Twin Peaks.
Renovations are underway at the golf club at Southampton, but that doesn't mean you still can't come out and hone your game. The practice facility is open Tuesday through Sunday with a great membership offer to work on your game year-round. Log on to golfsouthampton.com or check out their Facebook page. Work on your tee game, iron play, shots around the green, and of course your putting. It's all there and a great way to stay fresh until they unveil fresh new greens in October. Check it all out at the golf club at Southampton. Call 287-PLAY.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, pal. Where have you been?
Out on the town, every night.
Way to go, Tiger.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery, Jason. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm getting all these Visa gift cards in the mail. I'm spending them as fast as I can, but...
Wait, you're getting random gift cards in the mail?
$25, $100. I'm buying drinks, I'm buying dinner. I don't think I'm cut out to be a social butterfly, Jason.
Pal, those are from our Bueller Air and Plumbing referral program.
They are?
Yeah. If you recommend Bueller Air and Plumbing to a friend or family member and they book us for a service call, we send you a $25 Visa gift card as a thank you. And if we install a new system, we send a $100 gift card.
So if I take a girl out and tell her about Bueller, I might get enough to take another girl out and tell her about Bueller?
I mean, it's not the worst idea you've had.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Today's restaurant of the day is Flame Broiler, the Rice Bowl King. It's White Meat Wednesday, so get the Flame Broiler for $2 off a white regular meat chicken bowl or plate. Available in-store only today at any of the 5 Flame Broiler locations.
Which team holds the record for the most NCAA men's basketball championships?
For over 20 years, Southern Oak Insurance has given Floridians a better alternative to their current homeowners policy. See what you can get with Southern Oak. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
UCLA holds the record for most men's NCAA basketball championships with 11. Kentucky is next with 8.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Mentioned going into the break, SI had an article up that had the NFL records that could be broken soon. I was curious exactly what that was going to mean, right? Like, are there a bunch of guys that are on the verge of like a sack record or something like that? You know, like that kind of angle on it. It's not quite that, right? It's a little bit more, I don't know, esoteric, I guess would be the right word.
Okay.
Than that. For instance, the first one on the list is single season scrimmage yards record. Right? The top contender to break the record they list as Bijan Robinson.
All time?
Which is single season.
Oh, single season. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, okay.
single season. So he had 2298 last year.
Okay.
Right? Just in yards from scrimmage. Do you know who holds the record? It is a player in the AFC South that holds this record.
Jonathan Taylor?
No.
In
Chris
the South?
Johnson.
Who?
Chris Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Titans running back Chris Johnson.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant currently in the AFC South.
Year two, he went for 2509.
Yeah, that was that season. That right? That the huge one. CJ2K. Come on now. Yeah,
that was the year he did that. So they got Bijan as the.
Jeez, he was fun.
That record could be broken this year, but again, it just okay. The career receiving yards by a running back.
Okay.
Marshall Faulk holds that record right now at 6875.
That's right.
In his career. Christian McCaffrey is about 1,500 yards behind him. He's at 5,390. So he would need 2 more big years.
That just speaks to how good Marshall Faulk was.
No doubt.
Jeez.
But needs 2 more of those kind of big years for him to get to that kind of record. They do the single season sack record, which, all right. Top contenders to break the record, Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. Well, all right, Myles, go after your own record. That kind of thing. We'll get to more of that kind of talk here in just a moment. The single season receiving yards record by a tight end.
Single seasons. Okay.
Let's see, they don't list easily. The Travis Kelce currently holds the record.
Sure.
14-16 in 2020.
Were they saying
Trey
McBride, maybe?
They have 3 tight ends listed as the top contenders to break that record.
McBride, one of them?
McBride's at the top of that
there
list.
We go. 2 more?
2 more.
Ooh.
One of them I don't think you'll get to it.
Yeah, I don't know if I got 2 more in me.
Yeah, Brock Bowers.
Oh, how did I not think of Brock?
Which makes sense.
Nobody thinks about
like,
the
I don't
Raiders.
expect anyone to get around to Colston Loveland. Right, going into year 2.
Was he that good as a rookie?
He had a big second half of the season.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So he's kind of the hot guy right now everywhere when you start seeing these kind of things. Fourth quarter comebacks.
Okay.
Right?
Fourth quarter comebacks in a single season?
Tom Brady has the all-time record with
all-time.
46.
Right. That I believe.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
The guy that they say currently playing that has a chance to break that, he's been around a while, is Matthew Stafford.
Oh, I thought you'd go Aaron Rodgers.
Right. And Stafford, it makes some sense too, given where he started his career.
Sure.
Right. So virtually every game he won with Detroit was going to be a comeback. Right.
There was no leads there.
Yeah, up there for him. And then we get to the Jaguars-related note.
All right,
on this thing.
note.
If you are going to guess
what the record is?
A record that could be broken, that a Jaguars player could break, what do you think it would be?
Is it something around tackles and Foye
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I'll give you even a further hint. It's a record a Jaguar currently holds.
It's a record a Jaguar currently holds and a record that a Jaguars player could break.
Yes.
Currently hold a record. I mean, the Jaguars aren't holding many records.
Ideas?
Is it like punt yards or something?
No.
Is it a Josh Lambo record?
Close. No.
It's not Josh. Okay. I got nothing for you. Longest field goal.
Longest field goal.
Okay, I got to it.
Top contender to break the record is Cam Little.
Said it last year.
And, right? And even SI in the write-up they have about this.
Cop-out.
Perhaps this is cheating.
Yeah.
Because Cam Little already holds the record.
That's not
for
fair.
The longest field goal ever
I thought we
made.
had something good here.
Right, but he appears bound to break his own record. Little has kicked the longest 2 field goals in NFL history, 67 and 68 yards respectively. He hit from 70 yards in the preseason. It would not be surprising to see the Jaguars give Little the chance to kick one from 70 in the regular season in the near future and the opportunity to create a new record. Little is also entering his 3rd NFL season. Plenty of time to set that new mark.
Hey, look. When you got the leg, you got the leg. So, I mean, you take it. But come on, that is a little bit of a cop-out. He set the record last year. Yeah, he has a chance to break it. Come on.
Right.
I mean, and honestly, the preseason kick should count. Like, what are we talking about? It happened during an NFL officiated game. It's not like it happened on the training camp field and it's like, oh, well, that was practice, guys.
Right.
It happened.
That feels like one of those things. Like, I was looking at this the other day because of a specific thing that we got coming up and around the league, right? With Cam Jordan coming back for another year with the Saints. So I was looking at some of the sack numbers that he's kind of orbiting around right now. And it's interesting when you go back and look at it. He needs 1 sack this year to officially pass Lawrence Taylor on the all-time sack
longevity
number,
man.
Right? But Lawrence Taylor, the sack wasn't an official stat till his 2nd year in the league. So, you have people that have gone back and looked at the games for a bunch of the guys in the history of the league, like Deacon Jones wasn't officially on if you look at the official sack numbers in NFL history, Deacon Jones is not on the list. But if you go to the unofficial list, he's 2nd.
Whew.
Right? But he was playing in an era before it was an official stat. So everyone's having to go back and kind of look and see what is and isn't a sack.
Yeah.
For these guys. So officially, Cam is 1 sack behind Lawrence Taylor on the all-time list. Unofficially, he's 10 sacks behind Lawrence Taylor on the all-time list. So there's 2 different lists with that stat because it wasn't one until 1982. Right?
Crazy.
In the National Football
It's
League.
crazy how this game has changed over the years. I remember when a DB could push a wide receiver out of bounds and they were like, oh, it's a force out. He caught it.
Yeah. Well, you could basically tackle a receiver running all the way downfield always.
Yeah.
Like, there was no rules about contact.
No.
With these guys, it's like, if you could reach them to get your hands on them, then do it.
Right. What are you doing?
Right. Like, that's the way that it used to be officiated. And so I can understand, like, each era kind of has its own things that were going on within that era. We're obviously living in an era where you can't put your hands on them once they come off the line of scrimmage, essentially. Until they catch the ball, hands off is the way the NFL currently works. I like it being played this way because I don't mind the game being played in that much space, and that kind of thing. But it is fun. This is, you talk about everyone feels good about it this time of year, right? And so it's all sunshine and rainbows for everybody.
It is all sunshine and rainbows.
But it is one of my favorite things about the offseason is when NFL Network will show vintage games.
Oh.
Right? So you'll get games from the 80s and 90s in the NFL that'll just be on TV and you're watching it. And specifically, back in the day when quarterbacks were treated like animals, right? Like it was just, if you could get your hands on them, you punish them for allowing you to reach them.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the way that the game used to work. They obviously don't do it that way. I'm okay with the quarterback being protected as much as they're protected in today's game because I don't want to watch that guy get hurt all the time. Right? But when you watch the way the game used to be played and the violence when defenders would get the opportunity to get after the quarterbacks. It's why when we talk to all like the veteran players, especially guys that play defense, the way they talk about quarterbacks and you're like, whoa, right? Like they just had a real edge about that guy. Like that, the picture you had in your head of in high school, like when you watch a movie about high school football, and the way the whole school feels about the quarterback, the pretty boy.
Yeah.
Right? And that attitude when you're playing the other team, it's like, well, we'll show that pretty boy. Right? Like, when you see that kind of attitude, it's like, well, the whole league used to have that attitude.
Sure.
About the position. It's like, we'll show him. Today we're going to break his leg. And then we'll see, you know, like that kind of thing.
Right.
But that's the attitude that the league used to have.
That was
that. Now we get upset because they're throwing flags because they dinked him.
Yeah. Oh, you hit him in the face mask with your hand.
You kind of grazed across his face.
You weren't really swinging at him, but you touched it. Yeah.
Right. Which I do hope from a league perspective they allow that kind of thing to be reviewed so that you can just look at it and say, come on, didn't happen. You know, like
some of it's just
we obviously don't have to give the 15 yards for this.
Yeah. If you grab his face mask, absolutely.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff, yeah. Look, I'm all about protecting the quarterback because that is definitely part of the game. All of these guys
now they're getting $60 million.
Yeah, and they're getting heavily paid, so they want to make sure they're protected. And there's not enough good backup quarterbacks. We'd be watching a lot of bad ball.
No thank you.
If they just let some of these quarterbacks get beat up the way they used to. Yeah. It is definitely an interesting dynamic. And you watch some of those old games and some of the stuff, even the way defenses were built back then, it's all different. The shoulder pad. Man, they like to put some of the old like Jaguars games in these big TVs or big monitors on the hallway sometimes during the season. And I'm always like amazed where you see some of them where they're playing in like some of the domes and they're out there in just Nike basketball shoes and you can see it. And I'm like, they were out there playing on carpet.
Yeah.
They're out there playing on carpet in shoes that I was that I was walking around in just to mind my like that. Those aren't cleats. Those are not cleats.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. The history of the league is fun.
Yes.
You know, like when you actually get to looking at it, but it is fun. This is the time of the year where they'll show you a little bit and go, oh yeah, they used to just beat them up.
Oh.
No, it's not like it's ever not been physical, and it still is physical, but they used to like reward being violent. Right? Like the game is kind of violent on its own, but it used to be a thing where it's like, well, yeah, hit them harder. Right? Like that's the way that the league kind of felt about all those different things. Not so much anymore. We'll take a look around the NFL when we get back. Take a look at the golden moment of the show this morning as well as we continue along. It's a Wednesday edition of Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. A new chapter on 1010XL, The Lead.
With Hayes Carlyon and Ryan O'Halloran.
Friday afternoons 4 to 6 on 1010XL.
For 25 years, Instant Keys has been the go-to locksmith service for car keys, transponders, and even high-tech smart locks. For honest, professional locksmith service.
Instant Keys comes to you.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
The new MVP of lunch has arrived. Firehouse Subs Steak and Cheese Melt. USDA Choice Flame-Seared Steak, sauteed red and green bell peppers, caramelized onions, melted provolone cheese, and mayo on a toasted sub roll. Steak and Cheese Melt only at Firehouse Subs.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances, that's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Golf season is officially here, and that makes it live forever golf season for me, and it should be for you too. Let me just first encourage you to do this. Go to liveforevergolf.com and take a look at everything they got going right now. Not only is it golf season, the U.S. Open's coming up, Father's Day is coming up. Look good, play good, and take care of dad. Getting one of these new Riv Performance hoodies. They got UPF 50, so they're built for on course and afterwards. Find out more, any and everything that you need in the world of golf and apparel. It's at liveforevergolf and liveforevergolf.com.
What makes a company a great place to work? The Jacksonville Business Journal is now accepting nominations for the 2026 Best Places to Work Awards, recognizing companies that go above and beyond to create outstanding workplace cultures. If your company is building a workplace where employees thrive, now's the time to be recognized. Nominate your company today at jbjevents.com. Deadline is June 26th. Jacksonville Business Journal, Best Places to Work, because great companies are built by great people.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, you have told us about the importance of cutting a diamond properly and about color and weight. But how do you judge the clarity of a diamond?
Frank, that's a good question that has a very specific answer. Diamonds are graded at 10-power magnification using a binocular microscope. But when you're shopping for diamonds, a lot of times a sales clerk will just hand you a magnifying glass called a jeweler's loupe and have you look into the diamond. While an expert knows how to do this, it's kind of tough on a novice because they don't know how to create the same dark field illumination that a binocular microscope gives. As a result, the customer may or may not be able to see anything. That's why at Underwoods we set the clarity grade of a diamond with a binocular microscope. We have these instruments in every store and invite our customers to examine the diamond underneath them. We can show you the microscopic inclusions that affect the rarity and value of a diamond. So if you're shopping for fine quality diamonds and want the facts, come see us at Underwoods.
That's Underwood Jewelers in San Marco, in Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
A lot more time for these discussions to heat up, obviously, but I do think the kind of touching on what's going on with the offensive backfield for the team is going to be a story that we're going to carry well into training camp. I don't think there'll be a clear answer on it. Maybe we may be 2 months into this season before we have, real ideas of what that's going to look like, but certainly is with one of those guys not being available to this point in the offseason work too, makes it even that much more difficult to figure out exactly what this is going to look like. I agree with you that I think the team wants it to be Tootin, but I don't think they forced their hands with any of these kind of decisions based on what we saw them do last year.
He's going to have to earn it. Going to have to earn it, honestly. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to is can you show them that you can handle a heavier workload? Can you show them that you're ready to take that next step in your career? I mean, or can you hold off the competition from, look, we keep talking about Tootin. LeQuint was here last year too. LeQuint played last season. I mean, you already know what he can do in the passing game. And as a pass blocker, can he show, I mean, he wasn't exactly a slouch at Syracuse. He had a good college career. So I don't think he should be necessarily counted out of this battle. Chris Rodriguez, maybe he shines. Maybe he shows that he can be more than the guy he's been so far in his NFL career. Look, this is something where somebody is going to take control of this thing. And I don't know that that has happened just yet.
Yeah, I think, we had the discussion about the kind of the third edge thing and the different roles that he split that into, for who's going to be on the field doing what.
Yeah.
And I think running back, we can have very similar kind of conversations, right? Like, who do we think is going to score the most touchdowns out of that group? Who do we think is going to get the most carries out of that group? Who do we think is going to get the most receptions out of that group? Who's going to get the most yards out of that group? Like, who's going to be on third down the most? I think that's the one that we have the clearest kind of idea of what that's going to be, right, with LeQuint. But beyond that, it's all waiting to be divvied up based on whatever roles these guys are going to earn once we get out there in training camp. And we'll see. And again, I think you only have to go back a year. Tank Bigsby was the lead guy, right? In virtually every situation for the team. It's not like they had made up their mind that Tank was going to be the guy in the offense over Achane last year. But every time they were going out to practice, he's getting the first snap.
Sure.
That's the way it was being handled last year. It doesn't mean that that's where it landed, right, for the football team. So they're willing to be flexible with all these things as we get ready for the 26th season, but we don't know. And anyone who tells you they know, they're guessing.
Look, for a running back, until the pads go on, it's tough to really get a feel for where they're at and how it feels. I mean, and especially because this is a physical backfield. Their collection of running backs, this is a physical group. They're not really the slippery avoid kind of guys that make the play in space consistently. They're, look, you got there, but can you bring me down when you get here kind of guys? So the quick whistles right now with no pads on do them no favors. You can't tell. You're just like, okay, well, he was there, So is that a tackle that Chris Rodriguez or Bashal Tutin's going to break? When I talked to Tutin after practice the other day, he said, look, he learned to be tough to tackle because he grew up playing street ball, and you don't want to get tackled in the street.
We've all been there, yeah.
So he said that's where he learned real quick and real early that he needed to be slippery and a tough guy to bring down, and you know what? It's worked for him. So until the pads go on in training camp, like when you start talking about a lot of this and who the most valuable reps are going to benefit the most when the pads come on, that running back battle is right there because the offensive line is going to be able to get more physical, but so will the running back. So then you can start kind of see that, that position maybe start separating itself a little bit more.
No doubt. We'll take a look around the NFL here in just a moment, but first let's get out to the phone lines and say hello to Fan Cam giving us the call at 641-1010 this morning. What's going on, Fan Cam?
Hey, FT, RJ, and Jamal. I hope you guys are having a good day, enjoying the conversation. Mike, I hope you're healing up out there. You enjoy your maters over your vacation, Tony?
You have no idea how much, my friend.
Well, they're winding down as we get into the heat here. I just delivered the last few bags to my neighbors. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Thank you.
I wanted to invite Jamal out to the 31st annual chili breakfast. For 30 years, I've been open in training camp, Jamal, with about 50 quarts of homemade 13 sausage chili.
Yeah.
And I serve it over jasmine rice to the fans and the media and some of the players, ex-players, and we've been doing it since the very first training camp here. And hopefully you can come by for a bowl of chili this year.
Yeah, I have to swing by.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you. And I wanted to just give you a quick story about my frustration one time with the referees. I was 76. I was a Boston Celtics fan since I was a little kid, hardcore basketball player. And Mendy Rudolph former referee, was announcing the game. I'm not sure what game it was, but it was a battle between the Celtics and the Suns. And I was just screaming bloody murder. And my mom locked me out on the porch. And I don't know, it's a game that went into 3 overtimes, and I'm honestly at this point I don't remember which one it was, but it was, I think, the second overtime, and I'm screaming out there, and my mom opens the sliding glass door and says, "John, there's some people at the door to see you." And sure enough, I walked growling the whole way. Who would interrupt me right now? I opened the front door, and there's 2 police officers standing there telling me they had reports of somebody getting beaten in the house. So that was my first interaction with law enforcement. Bless their souls. We love you guys, and thanks for all you do out there. But it was a frustrating trip to the door for me that day.
I believe it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that Now that's the story. Jeez.
Fan cam. Think about that the next time you're yelling in the house about whatever's going on with the sports. Let's take a quick look around the rest of the National Football League.
Now, Gems Around the NFL. Brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Tennessee quarterback Cam Ward, who left their Week 18 loss here in Jacksonville with an injury to his throwing shoulder, said yesterday that his shoulder is fine now and that he has no issues with it. Atlanta quarterback Michael Penix, who is working back from a knee injury, has been participating in a limited basis in the Falcons offseason program, but he has not been cleared yet to participate in any of the 11-on-11 work for their mandatory minicamp this week, so good luck to Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott will be limited this week at their minicamp with what head coach Brian Schottenheimer called a knee soreness issue. He also said it's nothing to be worried about going into the future. Kansas City wide receiver Rashee Rice was released from jail in Dallas County yesterday after finishing a 30-day sentence for a violation of his probation. And defensive lineman Cam Jordan is heading back to New Orleans for his 16th NFL season after the two sides got a one-year deal worked out on Tuesday. Jordan has been selected as a Pro Bowler 8 times, a first-team All-Pro once, a second-team All-Pro twice, and was one of 4 defensive ends selected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame's All-Decade team of the 2010s. The other 3, Calais Campbell, J.J. Watt, and Julius Peppers. Peppers was also selected as a member of the All-Decade team of the 2000s. Jordan's 132 career sacks, second among active players, behind only Von Miller's 138.5, though he will likely be overtaken by number 3 on that list this year. Myles Garrett has 125.5 in his career. He needs just 1 sack this season to pass Lawrence Taylor, as we were discussing, for 15th all-time on the official list. That doesn't include the 9.5 that aren't officially counted for LT Journey's rookie year in 1981, again, when the sack was not an official stat yet. That didn't happen until 1982, but obviously a heck of a career there for Cameron Jordan, kind of a borderline Hall of Fame-ish career. Like, he's not a lock for the Hall of Fame, but he's a guy who's going to be discussed when his career is done, in those kinds of the light of that kind of conversation. And look, I always say this whenever the Hall of Fame stuff comes up, we talk about it a lot because of the Fred and Jimmy thing.
Absolutely.
And I think both those guys were good enough players that when they get put in the Hall of Fame, if they get put in the Hall of Fame, they earned it.
Yes.
Right? Like, they're both Hall of Fame caliber players. I think everyone who gets into kind of that finalist list, they're Hall of Famers. They just don't have enough room to put them all in, unfortunately. So some of those guys are going to get stuck in the veterans route, and having to wait till they're 80 to get put into the Hall of Fame because of the way that the NFL Hall of Fame happens to work, unfortunately.
Look, the process is something that I think they need to look at. There's something that has to give there. I mean, look, Fred and Jimmy both should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I think it definitely should have happened already for both of them. Cam Jordan, like you mentioned, I think he's a borderline kind of guy. Definitely has been fantastic. He's a consistency, he's a longevity kind of guy. I mean, year in and year out, he's been right around that 10 sack mark. I think he had 1 year where he got to around 13. So, but he did it over the tenure of his career. He's been extremely impactful, but he's going to at least be in the conversation. I don't think he's going to end up being a first ballot guy.
No.
But he's a guy that maybe gets in. You mentioned the veteran route after a while, but a fantastic career from Cam Jordan. A guy that, I mean, I've compared him to Trayvon Walker to him more than one time. So, yeah, if Trayvon could have that sort of career, we would lovely, and everyone I think would be happy to have Trayvon Walker should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame conversation at some point,
That would be amazing. If him or Josh wind up their careers as Hall of Fame considerations.
Yeah.
They've never had anything like that. On the defensive side of the ball, they haven't had anything.
No.
In that regard. The closest they're going to sniff to any of that's going to be Jalen when he gets done, and I don't even think Jalen's a lock. For the Hall of Fame, I think he's like a Cam Jordan, he's a consideration.
Does he go in as a Jag?
No.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
That guy?
Yeah.
Jacksonville? No. No.
It's just, I was asking.
No. Like, I can't imagine him thinking that would be what he wants to do.
No, he probably goes in as a Ram, won the Super Bowl with him.
can't imagine he would do it any other way.
Yeah.
Right? Than the team that he won the Super Bowl championship with. Fortunately, you don't really go into the Hall of Fame wearing that bust like you do in the Major League Hall of Fame.
Right.
Like, you got to pick the cap on your guy.
Yeah.
You know, going into the Major League Hall of Fame, the NFL doesn't do that. It's just kind of, we remember you most as a X.
Yeah.
Right? And you do carry the banner. Tony obviously carried the banner into the Hall of Fame because he's the first we've had.
Right.
You know, so, and he only did it here. I know he was in Houston for a cup of coffee, but he didn't play. Right, for Houston. So he only did it here. We'll put a wrap on this edition of Jaguars Today when we return here on 1010 XL.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Superior products, exceptional service. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
At Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, care starts with listening, one-on-one consultations, clear answers, and a plan built around you. Our orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine physicians, and rehabilitation specialists work together to treat injuries, manage chronic pain, and restore strength and mobility. From your first check-in to your personalized treatment plan, everything is designed to help you move forward with confidence. Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville, expert care, improving lives.
It's a Weight Loss Wednesday on Jaguars Today. Awaken 180 Weight Loss, your long-term solution for weight loss.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. If you love your dad or husband, but their garage is a mess, well, I've got good news for you. Closets by Design's Father's Day sale is here. Imagine custom cabinets for tools and beach gear, storage walls that actually organize the chaos, and durable garage flooring that makes the whole space feel brand new. It's the perfect gift for just about any dad. Right now, get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. Make an appointment today. See their garage showroom on Phillips Highway or visit them online, closetsbydesign.com.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning, then deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Hey, gang, Prosser here again for my friends Chad and Sandy at Chad and Sandy Realty. To maximize price on your home, you need more than a sign in the yard. You need a proven expert with an aggressive marketing plan. That's why more homeowners are turning to Chad and Sandy Realty. Chad and Sandy's Market Max system is a proven plan. It's going to get your home sold fast for maximum price. You need to sell now? Chad and Sandy have instant offers. Fast, easy, stress-free. But this is bottom line. Using their proprietary Market Max system, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required repairs, pick your move date, no long-term contracts. Just listen to Eric and Jason, brothers in Villa San Jose. After losing our parents, my brother and I were left with a family home to sell. After 196 days on the market with another agent, it just sat there. We heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, gave them a call, got full asking price less than 27 days. So call the local agents who guarantee to sell your homes. Call Chad and Sandy today at 414-6200 or chadandsandy.com.
When the world turns its attention to the beautiful game, the most passionate fans know the best seat in the house isn't always in the stadium. Modelo celebrates football and the world of nations playing for the cup. 48 teams, 104 games. Wherever you choose to watch, make it the best seat in the house with a Modelo Especial in hand. It's time to play for the World Cup.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active. reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Everything you need to know about the Jags. Jaguars Today on 1010XL.
Oh, the rabbit holes before I get to primetime here. Someone reacting to the contract for Ross Matisic, right? And they misread the tweet from Ian Rappaport and said, highest paid player in the NFL, his highest paid long snapper in the NFL, and he's getting close to $2 million a year. So I was like, I wonder, like from a Jaguars perspective, who was the highest paid player in the NFL in 1995 when the Jaguars entered the league, and what did that contract look like? Well, it turns out that was a 7-year, $42 million contract for Drew Bledsoe. He was getting $6 million a year, got a record at the time $11.5 million signing bonus. So his $6 million a year is basically 3 times what the long snapper is getting in the NFL right now. By the way, the current NFL salary cap is projected to be $301.2 million in the 2026 season. In 1995, when the Jaguars came into the league, $37.1 million was the team salary cap in the NFL. My, how the game has changed here over the last 30 years. With that, let's say hello to XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
What's going on, Matty Hayes?
I love that Ross Matisic's getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
You know what else? Right now, there are college programs paying backup long snappers.
Yeah.
I kid you not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying backup long snappers.
Why
So that's how
wouldn't they?
far we've gone.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
like
they have to.
The
There's no
money's
choice.
there. Like, we know the money is there. It's just a matter of giving it to who gets the money.
They have no choice. They have to because these guys leave every year. So
No doubt. What do we got coming up on Prime Time?
we are going
today?
to talk a lot of college football, actually. We'll get into some Jag stuff. By the way, this is going to be a Sorsby free 2 hours.
No way.
Oh, there we go.
On XLP.
No way.
I'm telling you right now, that was the last time I almost said that name for the next 2 hours.
We didn't get into it at all today. Very happily. I'm glad the Jaguars don't have to worry about whether or not to bring in the gambling man, right, to save their quarterback room. All right, Matty, we'll be listening for the next couple of hours. But don't be listening if you're looking for Sorsby talk on XL Primetime for the next 2 hours. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Mr. St. Cyr, so kind enough to join us today. He'll be back for the show tomorrow. Jamal St. Cyr, that'll do it for us. RJ Saunders for an on-assignment Mike Dempsey. I'm Tony Smith. XL Primetime coming up next on 1010XL.
Later days.